Good Morning Illini. I'm Erin Stanley.
And I'm Corey Drake.
Our show today is filled with things you don't want to miss, like our musical guest, CJ Runn.
Plus, we're going to be sharing our predicted winners for this Sunday's Oscars.
And of course, we can't forget to honor Black History Month. Stay tuned for this episode of Good Morning Illini.
Good morning, Illini.
Buenos
dias, Illini.
Good morning, Illini.
Good morning. I hope you're all having a great time.
There's so much to celebrate.
There
Much
is.
to celebrate.
A lot
First of all,
happened this week.
yes, a lot has happened this week, but we are celebrating Black History Month.
We are.
And I would say that this university in general has so much history. I think that overall, just bringing in so many students and the things that we've done in the past 4 years.
Yeah, we did start. This is coming up the 150th anniversary of the university.
It is.
So with that comes a lot of Black history as well.
Yes, a lot of Black history, and I will say that we have done so much and have so much to be proud of. So in the 1880s, Black students started to enroll in the university.
I believe that was Project 500, where the state mandated that the university accept 500 Black students.
Exactly. And in 1906, Maudel Brown Bosfield is the first African-American woman to graduate. What an accomplishment.
That is. Moving on to February 14th, 1969, Black students demand that the chancellor establish a cultural center. And so we've had a cultural center for a while now, and that's where I go most of the times when I'm here. And
and
printing, host events, meet other people.
I was going to say, and good food.
True.
There's always good food.
On Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays, Soul Food Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need some free food, check it out. In the fall of 1969, African American Cultural Program opens.
True.
So we honestly have been doing so much for a while, and I will say that that has, I feel, opened doors for other programs to start to open their doors as well.
Yep.
In 1975, our very own Leon Dash, who is now a UI professor, he founded NABJ with 43 others, which we are both so proudly to be a part of.
Yes. We have a lot of projects coming up with NABJ. It's been around since I've been here, and I've been here for a while. So,
and in 2016, he was inducted into the NABJ Hall of Fame.
I feel kind of bad because didn't even know we had an NABJ.
I know,
Hall of
right? I
Fame.
was like, so now I need to work a little bit
Right.
harder to get on that level.
Yep, the next day be in that. In 2004, the African American Cultural Center renamed after Bruce T. Nesbitt. He was a previous director.
Okay, all right. And in 2013, our Black Chorus gained international distinction. And I don't know if you've listened to Black Chorus, but they are amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And music is always a big part of GMI, and today is absolutely no different.
UI7's Jeff Omer. Oh, unofficial. Yeah, do you remember that unofficial is next week, right?
It is, it is. And I know so many people are going to celebrate and have so many things that they have planned, like t-shirts. I know people go all out, literally doing different designs and different styles and planning months in advance.
But there is one design, very controversial. There is a shirt going around with the chief on it. And a lot of people, are here for it. A lot of people aren't here for it. What were your thoughts on it?
Honestly, you know what? I can see both sides. I know that people feel like it's a staple for the university. Also, people think that it can be damaging to a culture and a group of people. So there are certain things about it that I can definitely understand people feeling a certain type of way about.
Yeah, and then a lot of people feel like it's tradition and things. So.
Yeah, so it's something that we've got to continue to take note of. But we'll see how that goes. Music is always a big part of GMI, and today is absolutely no different.
UI7's Jeff Omer introduces us to a musician who beats to his own drum.
Daniel Edwards is a musician from Utah. He played his first steel drum over 6 years ago. He has stuck with it ever since.
At first, I wasn't really into it. I saw these people kind of jumping up for joy, and I thought, man, these guys are so naive. But then I really got into the music, and I fell in love with it.
Edwards hopes to bring his interest in the steel band to others around the world. One way he can do that is by teaching them along the way.
My mission isn't just to play music, but it's to reach people on a very deep level. I think music has the power to communicate ideas and to promote discussion in ways that other mediums can't do.
Edwards lives in Champaign with his wife Wu Yuan and daughter Alex. He says his wife can be critical of his playing, but Wu Yuan is just trying to help Edwards get better.
I just give honest opinion. If I don't like this piece, if this piece is weird, I say that's a weird piece. And if I like that piece, I say, oh, that's a nice piece. I like that. And I think that would be the best way to support musician.
Edwards is trying to bridge the gap between people and this form of art. He wants to show others in the community how the steel band can also inspire them.
Obviously, there's a lot of hard things in life, but there's also a lot of good things. And I think steel band's a reminder that there's good wherever you look.
You can see Edwards performing live at the Cranert Center on February 15th. In Champaign, Jeff Omer, UI7 Newsbreak.
Did you ever want to drum?
I
growing
sure
up?
did, and my mom said absolutely not.
Yeah, my parents weren't here. for it
No,
either.
she didn't like the noise, none of it.
My little brother got to drum though. I got stuck playing piano, which
I did too, and I hated it.
I hated piano, but I wish I still did keep it up so I could keep playing piano.
Like Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, because I don't think I could have done it. It's not something that I feel like I'm talented at, but you never know. It might be one of those things where if I was going to do it, I could stick with it and be a professional.
Well, we're going to go and give you guys a weather update right now. Or update you on all the big stories that happened this past week. I'm sorry.
We will see you in 90 seconds.
A representative in Illinois 13 who represents our values and our best interests.
This will be the fourth settlement to someone who has charged former Officer Rush with use of excessive force.
What he did to our community was a crime, and the police should not be above the law.
A popular design commonly seen on the unofficial holidays shows a Native American chief wearing a headdress with the letters spelling out unofficial.
For select concerts and
About
events, new
36
security
hours.
measures will be put in place before people can enter State Farm Center.
Educational seminars both talking about the history of Chief Illinois, along with Native American culture and why the chief is such an important symbol for a state university such as Illinois.
For a person to go like this and yell chief, that's racist.
The class includes All-Americans, NCAA champions, and National Hall of Famers. Some standout names include former basketball player Dee Brown, director of Team USA Basketball Jerry Colangelo, golfer Steve Stricker, Red Grange, and more.
Hill is killing it. Malcolm Hill is now the 6th all-time leading scorer for the Illini after his 18-point performance against Northwestern last night.
I thought we may hit some bumps in the road early just until those guys matured a little bit. But there's an excitement because these guys are going to be really, really good, and this group will win at a high level before it's all said and done.
That was all the news that happened this week. Let's take a look at this weekend's weather.
All right, today we have a chance of thunderstorms with a high of 67 and a low of 27.
On Saturday, it'll be partly cloudy and all of that great warm weather looks like it's going away. And our high is going to be 34 degrees and our low is going to be 22 degrees. I'm kind of bummed about that.
And Sunday we have a chance of showers with a high of 47 and a low of 31.
Also on today's show, we will have a preview of the university's 150th birthday celebration.
And I sit down with CJ Run, today's open mic guest, and our very own Devin Tammons will give us a review of one of this year's, Oscar-nominated films.
I know that I want this, it's all just a matter of time. Look at me dead in the face, now I'm white in the face like I just done mime in, and I'm pretty shy, but it's just that I haven't arrived, and every other guy's trying to get in your phone, and every other girl's trying to get in your zone. Then there's me with a sigh and a grown pick every bone after my own. Gotta think fast on the beat, it's the last chance that I see, gotta make sure she knows me. Light spark, play my part, touch her heart with a little bit of what's your sign, what's your dreams and what's the time. Another line, Ryan Styles, no hard feelings by and by. She's with me, so by and by.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The university is celebrating its 150-year anniversary. The official celebrations will be starting next week, and GMI's Caitlin McClure is here to get us in the spirit.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Caitlin McClure here at the Alice Campbell Alumni Center. The University of Illinois is kicking off its 150th anniversary. So I thought, what better than to talk to one of the most spirited groups on campus, the Student Alumni Ambassadors. Woo!
Block party carnival-esque bash, kind of a birthday party 2.0, you know, kind of over the top for the university.
Oh, it's really special. It's really special to be here during the 150 years. I think because we already see how much alumni love the university and how many amazing contributions have come in the past. So being here to celebrate that and just to look back into our history and just see all the amazing things that have come is really exciting to me.
It means that I get to celebrate the paths that people before me have paved for my success here.
It means celebrating 150 years of my favorite place to be.
It means celebrating 150 years of amazing student pride and 150 more to come.
Being a student here on the 150th anniversary really means a lot, just based on all the history of the alumni that have come through campus. It's really great to be part of something bigger than myself and have the opportunity to be part of it.
It's really cool to be a freshman during the 150th anniversary because it means we're carrying on the Illini tradition that was started by so many other people before that.
It means that we get to embrace our university's history and really appreciate our time as students and be with our peers and just be really excited about the university as a whole.
150 years means being at the best university ever. Go Illini, baby! Woo!
Being a student here on the 150th anniversary to me means that 150 years ago this university was established, and now 150 years later I go here. Math.
Thanks for that math there, Nish.
I show you how I feel. It's like this. I don't know.
This is how I feel about 150 years.
And in our next segment, our very own Aaron Stanley got to interview a local artist who really embodies the importance of self-expression.
To have our open mic guest today, CJ Run, who was actually able to sit down with me before the performance that we have. So thank you so much for joining us first and foremost.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you here. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from originally?
That's a tricky question. I was born in Germany, and I lived there till I was about 8-ish, and then I spent 8 to 13 like growing up in the UK. Then I moved to North Carolina for all of high school, and then I came here for school. So
really? So
yeah.
how'd you end up at the U of I?
Well, I spent all 4 years of high school and my first 4 years living in America in North Carolina, and it didn't feel like the right fit for me. And I have an uncle that lives here in Illinois, so my mom was like, well, you can go anywhere out of state as long as it's a family member, hence Illinois. So
okay,
yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here because you're
Sure.
so talented. So talk to me about your music. How'd you get into that? Your style specifically?
I started making music when I was about 13. I had like Audacity on my laptop and a USB mic, and I would try and like write raps. I always grew up around music, and I always lived in very multicultural like areas. So I remember growing up, a lot of my friends were South Asian, and my mom used to play like high life and Afro beats because my family's Nigerian.
Okay.
And then like in the UK, British rap and reggae and dubstep and things like that influenced a lot of the things that I do now. So it's just a collection of everything I was exposed to as a kid.
That is so interesting because I was thinking like just the way that you're dressed and everything is just it's specific to you. You have a certain style.
Yeah.
So since it is Black History Month, how do you feel like your blackness is a part of your music?
I think without trying to make it a part of my music, it just is. As I mentioned before, I listened to Afro beats growing up, and there's a very heavy concentration of like Caribbean immigrants in the UK, so a lot of my slang and a lot of the way that I say things, it comes from being Black and being around Blackness, and the way that I sing certain choruses is like, you know, it's like an Afrobeat type of like chorus, or like the way I enunciate certain things. I feel like that's how I usually channel my Blackness. Also, certain subject matter, sometimes, you know, like it's a good way for me to channel my anger or my frustration about being Black, but also a good way to celebrate it at the same time.
Okay, and how do you feel like your music influences this campus specifically?
I think it's different because when you look at the demographics of who's making music on campus, it's very predominantly white, predominantly male, and I don't think that the hip-hop scene as far as students goes is very big. We have like a few people doing well, but it's not as prevalent as like the white indie rock bands. So I think that my music is just like, I don't want to, I not to toot my own horn, but I guess a breath of fresh air, because I don't think there's anyone else like me making music like me on campus. So that's how I see it.
Okay, and what do you want people to know about you?
I'm 19. I make music. My pronouns are they, them. I'm in broadcast journalism. I'm kind of working between being a musician and being a student. I think that's something that like anyone that knows me or will ask about me, that's usually the first thing. I'm a student, but I do music, and music is like the main thing in my life right now. So
okay, well, I thank you so much for being here, and I'm so excited to see you perform.
Yeah, thank you again for having me.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Honestly, I felt it was so easy to talk to them. So easy. They just had this grace and just, I don't know, it was amazing. And it was so great to speak with CJ in general about being an intersectional artist. Representation is honestly so vital today, especially within artistic pieces like music. But one movie truly took the importance of representation to a whole new level.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Devin Timmons, and welcome back to Week Old Movie Reviews, where I review a movie you've probably already seen. As you know, the Oscars are just 2 days away, and this year it's pretty much just down to 2 movies in contention for most of the major awards: La La Land and the movie I'm reviewing today, Moonlight.
At some point, you gotta decide for yourself who you want, and let nobody make that decision for you.
Moonlight is written and directed by Barry Jenkins and stars Naomi Harris, Mahershala Ali, Janelle Monáe, Trevante Rhodes, and Ashton Sanders. Moonlight follows the story of a young Black boy named Chiron in 3 parts, through his youth and adolescence all the way through to his adulthood. As Chiron struggles with his sexual identity, he must also face the everyday hardships of a broken family, drug abuse, and violence in Miami.
What you looking at me like that for? What, man? Come on, you just drove down here?
It's really no wonder why this movie has been getting so much buzz in the past couple of months. This movie is absolutely breathtaking. It's a spectacle in every way, a true triumph in filmmaking. In the future, perhaps one not so distant, this film will be studied by film students everywhere, not just for its content, but for its excellence in the art of cinema.
Who is you, Sharon?
Moonlight has many lessons that are ever more essential in today's political climate. Most notably, it tackles many important issues with the Black community that has seldom been done before. However, it's not just the Black community that can get something out of this film. It holds truths and ideals that are universal and can resonate with anyone who watches.
What's wrong?
I'm good.
No, I didn't seem good. You ain't it.
The acting in Moonlight is some of the best of the year. Everyone in this film was spectacular. Between this movie and another Oscar heavyweight, Manchester by the Sea, it was like watching the acting Olympics. The visceral and raw nature that each actor displayed deserves the utmost praise. However, the true star of this film is the man behind the camera, Barry Jenkins. Between the beautiful shots to the real and emotional script, Jenkins proved that he is a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood. Nearly all of my praise for this movie falls upon him.
No, you wrong this time.
To who, Ma? Huh? To you? Who is you, man?
In the end, some may argue that Moonlight is boring or that nothing really happens, but it's hard to argue the true wondrous nature of this film. Not only is it one of the best films of the last year, it's one of the best films of the decade, period. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you do so by Sunday night. I'm going to give Moonlight a 5 out of 5.
That was such a beautiful film.
I can definitely see how CJ Run's self-expression and the representation in Moonlight tie in together. It can be great to see that those kinds of stories in artists. Now we're going to jump ahead to the weekend weather.
All right, today we have a chance of thunderstorms, high of 67, a low of 27.
Again, on Saturday, will be partly cloudy. 34 degrees will be our high, and 22 degrees will be our low.
And on Sunday, we have some showers with a high of 47 and a low of 31. We've got more movie news to chat about later on.
That's right. Devin went around campus to test students on their Oscar knowledge, and we have an expert to tell us who will take the top prize from Sunday's show.
Yo, it took me a while to reconcile what I want, what I need. If I put more effort in...
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
So what movie do you think is going to win the Oscar this year for Best Picture?
1,000% Moonlight. That was honestly one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen in my life.
I went ahead and paid for it 3 times and saw it 3 times in theater. So going for that too.
I think, I don't know, it's just everything about it, the importance of it right now, especially for Black culture, just tying in the things that I feel aren't talked about. Sexuality and just intersecting so many different things, and the acting was phenomenal.
Yeah. And as promised, we have an expert guest who predicted, we have an expert guest who will be predicting this year's Best Picture. And as it turns out, Bailey Erdy thinks Arrival will take home Best Picture.
I'm not familiar with that one. Have you seen that?
I have not seen Arrival, but I believe it's about aliens, I believe.
I know, spacecraft, something of that nature. I might need to check it out, though, because my prediction might change. I don't know. I might have to see, depending on what it's about.
On the topic of Black art, as promised, CJ Run is back with their performance in our studio. Check it out.
I pity the plight of the people around me. And if my eyesight ever gets wide-eyed, you could take a boat ride back to the sea. 'Cause I pity the plight of the demons you can't see. I used to stay up around 4 a.m. with a word and a pen and a yearning to spread like butter on top of toasted bread. I was working for bread, working to get ahead, or my name on a letterhead. 'Cause I'm a setter jet on a ready set. I need a couple checks 'cause that's a better bet, that's a better bet. We say, rest in peace to my dad. He ain't dead yet, but I know he's dead to me. He never wrote, and nowadays you want to send for me. You're so proud of the person I came to be, but what'd you do about that, though? When I turned 13, tell me, where were you at, though? Or when mum was out breaking her backbone, least you could do was to call when you got home, no? I'm tired of passive aggression, tired of you're just a kid learning lessons. I'm tired of hearing the presence of present. I've been a target since I hit the entrance, and I'm tired. I'm tired of it. And these days, man, I made up my mind of it. 'Cause if I say what I feel and I feel what I say, then they shouldn't have any trouble minding it, right? I just wanna sing my songs, write my flows, keep 'em going on their toes. There's some goals I'd like to know. Oh my, oh me. I met with a French chick named Me, but then I switched up quick 'cause she was Senegalese. So hands on my knees, please, forgive me, please. 'Cause sometimes in the nighttime my eyes shine a light. Hope I die with no grief. I pity the plight of the people around me. And if my eyesight ever gets wide-eyed, you could take a boat ride back to the sea. 'Cause I pity the plight of the demons you can't see. And sometimes in the nighttime my eyes shine a light. Hope I die with no grief. I pity the plight of the people around me. And if my eyesight ever gets wide-eyed, you could take a boat ride back to the sea. 'Cause I pity the plight of the demons you can't see.
I am loving CJ Run.
It was amazing. When I tell you, just natural. It was perfect. And we're back one more time with your weekend weather. All right, on Friday, as in today, we have a high of 67 and a low of 27 with a chance of thunderstorms.
On Saturday, our high will be 34 degrees, low will be 22 degrees, and it will be partly cloudy.
And on Sunday, we have a chance of some showers with a high of 47 and a low of 31.
I am not looking forward to this cold weather that's coming back.
No, I was so excited about the warmth and not having to wear a coat.
But it is kind of crazy that it is Friday, or not Friday, February,
I
and
know.
we have such warm weather.
That's
but
scary.
It is scary, but hey, I enjoyed it.
And I think, I don't know, maybe March will bring some sun, but what is it? I don't know. April showers bring May flowers. So maybe March, I don't know, we might have some warmth. I can wear my sandals.
True. And
my shorts.
I'm not really looking forward to the cold at all. So maybe I have to move to like the West Coast or something.
Arizona?
Where it's always
Let's go.
warm.
Right
because,
now.
Yeah, because the cold, I'm not a fan of it.
No. I'm thinking too, if by chance we get some warm weather, does that mean that we can bypass the rain in May and April and
hopefully.
See.
But be sure to check us out on our GMI Facebook page, Instagram, and Snapchat.
And also be sure to tune into our unofficial Good Morning Illini show next Friday at 9.
Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week on GMI.